Well, welcome in here to Almond, Wisconsin, and Central Wisconsin as we get ready for what should be a good one tonight. Girls basketball action, second game of the season for the Almond-Bancroft Eagles, and for the Auburndale Eagles, their first game of the season. Should be a good one here, and we thank you for being with us on Zaleski Sports. And tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout Central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
And we welcome you back in once again here to Almond, Wisconsin. Almond-Bancroft and Auburndale on the slate here on Zaleski Sports. Just a few minutes behind schedule, but should get started right around 7:10 at the latest 7:15 here tonight. My name is Connor Philby. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a good matchup between two teams that had a very close battle last year that I'll talk about later on. But first of all, let's talk about both of these two teams. At this stage in the season, it's really to the point where we start talking a little more about last season before previewing this one. And for the away Auburndale Eagles, last season they had a 19-5 record. They finished third in their very tough conference. They ended up losing to Bondul in the second round of the Division IV tournament. And one of the most important things to know about them, they are 8-3 in away games. Last season they were anyway. And like I just talked about, they did pick up the victory against these Almond-Bancroft Eagles last season, but it was a very close one. 52-47 was that final, and that one was in Auburndale. And so that home game, maybe the change in home versus away will change things just a little bit. It's also important to remember, Lily Belanti is still out of the lineup with that torn ACL, and she is hoping to return soon, as Josh Nagel, the Auburndale head coach, was talking to me before the game about that, and so hoping nothing but the best for her, and hopefully she can return back to the court, because every high school basketball game is better with her on the court, just as every other player is. And so we'll go over here to Almond-Bancroft. They had an 18-7 record last year. They also finished third in their conference, in which they play up against that very tough Assumption team, and they did end up losing to that Assumption team in the second round of the D5 tournament. Always, of course, want to go all the way, and always tough to see your season end, but it's a little bit of consolation when you see your season end to the team that eventually wins the whole thing. And so they are hoping to get back to that point and then past that point, as they had a good record last year. And talking about the 8-3 record in away games for Auburndale last season, for Almond-Bancroft, they were 11-1 in home games last season, and we'll see if that trend continues for them going into this year. And they had their first away matchup of the season and won that one 64-34 in a rout over New Lisbon just a couple of days ago on Tuesday. And so they are hoping to continue that positive momentum going into this season. Looking at some of the stat leaders in that very small sample size so far for the Eagles, Maya Dernbach currently leading the team with 29 points per game, and Alaya Newby leading, or second in place I should say, with 19 points per game. Oakley Amernick with 8 points per game. Amernick also leading in rebounds with 11, followed closely by Maya Dernbach with 8, Dernbach with 8, and Aubrey Phillips with 8 as well. And Alaya Newby leads with 7 assists, and Maya Dernbach with 4. Emily Petrick with 2 assists per game, and hopefully all of those mispronunciations are all out of the way as I say them for the first time. And now they're in the vault ready to go for the start of this one, and we're just about getting ready to start this one with about 20 seconds left on the warm-up clock, and we'll send things over to the PA in just a second here. But again, thank you so much for tuning in to Zaleski Sports. So happy to have you, and Connor Philby on the call here tonight. And an interesting angle we got here on the court side here, right on the corner. And we'll see if I have to have any heroics to keep this camera safe throughout the course of the night. Fingers crossed we don't have to go there, but it'll be interesting if we do. But just about ready here to meet our starting lineups and honor America.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Almond-Bancroft High School for tonight's girls basketball game featuring the visiting Auburndale Eagles. In your Almond-Bancroft Eagles. To our American, those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over the heart for playing of the national anthem. And now for your starting lineups. First for the Eagles, number 10, senior Kylie Anderson. Number 11, junior Jasmine Nagel. Number 14, junior Gracie Hesnall. Number 21, Breely Grimm. And number 42, junior Maya Katzenberger. These are coached by Josh Nagel. And now for your Almond-Bancroft Eagles. Senior number 1, Emily Petre. Senior number 4, Maya Dernbach. Senior number 11, Alaya Newby. Senior number 12, Oakley Ammerman. And senior number 35, Raya Ceballos. These are coached by Chad Newby.
And with further ado, all that's left is to tip things off here from Almond, Wisconsin. And thank you one more time for tuning in. Again, should be a great matchup between two well-matched teams here tonight. And we'll take you through all the action as we got a very busy slate of matchups here throughout the course of the day. We had our audio streams of the state football championships. And one of the teams that we covered so closely throughout the season, Edgar coming the runner-up there in Division 6, but some other games going on, and we'll give you some updates as we go along. But ready or not, here we go from Almond-Bancroft as the Green Eagles will start things off with a three-point shot and nailing it right out of the gate. Alaya Newby starting things off. Back the other way here, it's Chesney Nagel going over here to Hasnor. Surveying for options here, back to Anderson now as she takes it back up to the point. Faking that three, driving in, Gracie Hasnor all the way into the corner. Now trying to drive in is Grimm. She's forced to put it back out. Almost getting that steal there was Maya Dernbach. And now eventually winding up with it there was Oakley Almernick. Taking another three there. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Katzenberger. And a double dribble called right out of the gate there. Josh Nagel, the head coach here of the Auburndale Eagles. On the other side, it is Chad Newby for the home team. Taking it down here is Dernbach. Defended well by Nagel out of the gate into that corner. Newby, the only point scorer of the game so far early on. Tossing it back out to Dernbach. Trying to get some rotation on the perimeter here are the Eagles. Trying the ladder there. Nice pass in, but an even better block by Gracie Hosnell. Back the other way on the fast break, laid in by Katzenberger. Quickly back the other way, Newby gets it over. Up top to Maya Dernbach, now down near us. Almernick tries to pass it into Ceballos. And she's got some good touch off the glass. Good for two. First two down, 5-2 here in the first. Up top there, Anderson ringing it around. Getting a little bit of space to work with. It gets tipped on the shot attempt and eventually will wind up into the hands of Newby. Newby fakes right. Under pressure from two different Eagles at the same time. Eventually gets knocked out by Nagel. Quickly back into the other way as Katzenberger was the one to come up with it after the steal. Shifted over to Nagel now. Back up top to Anderson. Anderson trying to fake Dernbach out. Gets a little bit of space back out beyond the arc. Hosnell gets it in there to Katzenberger. She puts up a shot. A little bit too weak, and it's rebounded. That time by Almernick. Back into the corner here. Faking that three, driving in. Under a lot of pressure, the foul eventually will be called as Ceballos able to draw it. And she will actually be called on the baseline, so throwing upcoming here for Newby. Under a little bit of pressure here, eventually taking this long three off the back of the rim there, rebounded by Anderson. Fast break, and two more fast break points, this time from Breely Grimm. Getting it back within one early on. Here is Petrick. After cutting left, a little bit of a miscue there, and an Auburndale player did not touch it, and so over and back is called back Auburndale's way. Getting it out to Gracie Hosnell. Driving in, back out. Quick passes now to Katzenberger, trying to drive in. It gets stripped away momentarily. Now on the ground, and it will be a travel. And so good attempt there by Maya Dernbach to get that ball back, but too much time on the ground results in the travel. Back around, three-point shot is up, just off the front or side of that rim there, as it's rebounded for a second chance by Katzenberger, and then a whistle is thrown, and a noisemaker from the stands accidentally falls into the court. And so it'll be a inbound once again from the near side of the court. And so inbounded there to Gracie. Out deep to Grimm, who's able to cut it back over to Anderson. Floated right back up, trying to get it out underneath to Grimm, who tosses it out again to Anderson. Quick passes, and it eventually results in it being tipped out of bounds, but off of Almond-Bancroft. Another inbound upcoming here for Auburndale. Anderson now with a little bit of space to work with on the top of the paint. Around to Hosnurl, that's Gracie, and now Anderson back with it. Trying to reverse it all the way back to Gracie in that corner. Instead, they have to retreat back up top to Katzenberger. Trying to get that steal is Petrick, but able to work out of it, throwing it up to Gracie in that corner. Tries to put up a shot, I believe it was anyway. And it will be tipped, this time off of Auburndale out of bounds. And so a successful turnover after a nice long possession on that side of the court, but no points coming from it. Petrick getting it over here to a Ryan Newby. Getting double teamed, it'll allow her to get that outlet, and rolling in for 2 points is Maya Dernbach. That was a good play there, recognizing that double team was happening. Taking this one out. Gracie Hosnurl with the pass, now outlet back outside, and the three is drained by Rose Hosnurl. First three-point shot of the game ties it up, or excuse me, the first three-point shot of Auburndale's game ties it up at 7. A pair of twos and a three for both teams early on, as this one's now stolen away by Nagel. Quickly back is Anderson, Marty Anderson. Now a three-point shot up by Gracie Hosnurl, can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Almernick. Ceballos on the outside will now throw it over to Petrick. Petrick takes a few seconds here to survey. Defended by Rose Hosnurl, and now contact, a whistle blown. Foul on the floor, another inbound coming as Newby drew the contact. That's the second foul of the half here for Auburndale. Foul was called against Anderson. As that was now stolen away by Rose Hosnurl. Back the other way, nice pass over, and that one won't quite go. The rebound, though, keeps things in play for Auburndale. Three-pointer is up, bouncing off. Rebound, though, by Grimm again, and now a foul called as she goes up with it. And that's going to be called against Aubrey Phillips for the first Almond-Bancroft foul of the night. First shot is up and rolls in. Second shot up and good as well, as Auburndale takes their first lead of the night. And the foul called here on the floor. 4 points now for Grimm. As this will be an inbound here for Petrick. Sub coming in here for Auburndale. It's going to be Katzenberger coming back in relief of Marty Anderson. Bernbach cuts in, gets it back out to Petrick, who pops the two. No good, but rebound by Ceballos. Mid-range jumper on the baseline, no good. Eventually rebounded by Rose Hosnurl. Three-pointer from the corner, and it's drained. Katzenberger, fresh off the bench, puts up three. She's got 5 now on the night. Quickly back for Dernbach. Outlet pass out to Petrick. Maneuvers through before finding Almernick, and then passing it into Ceballos, who draws the contact once more. We'll see if that's on Nagel or Grimm. It will be against Nagel. Bouncing off the back of the rim. That's her first of the night. Two missed free throws, 12-7 all of a sudden. As that one will fall no good. Rebounded there by Almond-Bancroft. It is a 8-point run right now for Auburndale. Down 7-4, that three-point shot ignited it. Dernbach. And driving in. And that one bouncing out of bounds. It will stay Almond-Bancroft balls. It'll be an inbound here by Elian Newby. 4 total fouls already here in the first half for Auburndale. And something being explained here to Chad Newby. As looks like Ceballos is getting ready to come back in here. She will tag out Aubrey Phillips. And it looks like it's a nose ring issue that they're talking about. So Aubrey Phillips apparently was told to come out because they thought she had a nose ring in. She's trying to tell them that it's a plastic piece. And I'm not quite sure what's going on here. So we play on. Throw in coming from the baseline. Retreating out is Phillips. She was able to get the hook over to Dernbach, and then a foul is going to be called. Be on the floor. As that one's going to be called here against Grimm. Already the 5th foul of the half here for Auburndale with still 9.5 to go in the first. Outlet out here to Petrick. She drives in, gets a little space for the jumper. That one rolls out. And going up for the rebound there is really Grimm. Hosnerl up top. Excuse me, that's now Nagel passing it back out. Hosnerl into the corners. Katzenberger, another 3 for Katzenberger. Make that 8 now on the night for her. And a timeout is going to be called. As it's now 15-7. We have an 11-point run that Auburndale looks to continue. As we'll thank a few of our sponsors here for being supporters of Zaleski Sports. Solaris is your hometown fiber internet provider. Just like our athletes bring their best to the field, we bring our best to your home with lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet that never quits. Stream, game, and connect without missing a beat. Get connected and stay connected at Solaris.net. And visit Marshfield to see the largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, featuring over 2 million lights at Wildwood Park. Open every night from 5 to 9 p.m. the day after Thanksgiving through New Year's Eve. Admission is free with suggested donation of non-perishable food or cash. And for more information, go to visitmarshfield.com. And apologies throughout the night. I'd like to thank Serve Pro for sponsoring our home trips to the free throw line. And so make sure to call Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. And I'll make sure to give those shout-outs throughout the rest of the night. And so I apologize about that. But we're back to action here as Almond-Bancroft trying to break out of a little bit of this scoring hole that they're in. Like I just mentioned, 11-0 run over the last few minutes here for Auburndale, spurred by that first Katzenberger three-point shot. And then Katzenberger just nailed another one for her 8th point of these 15 points so far on the night. Mid-range jumper goes in. Maya Dernbach gets 2 more points, and maybe that'll spur things a little bit more here for Almond-Bancroft as Gracie Hosnerl comes back the other way. Maneuvering through traffic, getting it back out. 3-pointer was there, but she decides not to take it, and then it is going to be a turnover here. Not sure what that whistle was on. Almond-Bancroft will get back on the offensive here, tossing it all the way over to the middle of the court to Dernbach. 8:20 to go here in the first half. Tossing it over to Ceballos, trying to get a little bit of a pick there, but it is eventually stolen away. It's going to be a kicked ball on Ceballos, and Auburndale gets the ball back. And impressive by Rose Hosnerl that time, as she was able to break out of that pressure. They were trying to set that pick on her, but she was able to just break away from it enough to stay on Ceballos and make that play. Driving in out into the corner, wide open 3, bouncing out. Losing it on the attempted rebound, though, eventually grabbed by Auburndale. Back for a second chance shot, and good. Rose Hosnerl with her 5th point of the night. And it's back to an 8-point lead. Back to the outside here to Phillips. Ceballos loses the ball out of bounds. Auburndale forcing a couple turnovers here. Last 2 or 3 minutes, it's tamed down a little bit in terms of fouls. Auburndale recognizing they need to tone it down a little bit. Still with 5 fouls on the half. Gracie Hosnerl into the corner now. Outlet to Kasenberger underneath, as that one will be Auburndale ball. Good attempt there by Ceballos to keep it in bounds, but she'll get a breather here, replaced by Phillips. Baseline throw in here from Anderson. She'll get it all the way out. Nagel with a pass right back out to Anderson. She tries to drive in, but that one gets knocked away. That might have been Dernbach on the play, as that one will float in. Maya Dernbach with another 2. Anderson swings it around to Nagel. Under pressure was Hosnerl, but he'll end up with a foul. Looks like it'll be called against Aubrey Phillips. That'll be her 2nd of the half, of the game. 3rd of the half for Almond-Bancroft. Now into the corner, 3-point shot, and that one was on the line. Wouldn't have made it either way, but still turnover. Almond-Bancroft ball. And so we're seeing Almond-Bancroft here trying to swing the momentum back in their favor. They're slowly but surely chipping away at this lead, and the turnovers are certainly helping their case. Petrick battling with Anderson. Muddled up here on this side of the court as Petrick tries to make a move in, and travel will be called against her. Auburndale trying to hold on to this lead here. About 6:06 in the first half. Gracie Hosnerl tossing it into Nagel and losing it here. Last touched by Almond-Bancroft. A little bit of confusion as to who had touched it last before, and then realized too late it would have been off them. Here's Gracie Hosnerl taking a few moments here to assess the situation before tossing it over to Anderson. Anderson defended by Dernbach here. Floater put up no good off of Rose Hosnerl. And taking it back now, Aliyah Newby. Tossed into Petrick. Petrick drives in, tries to put up the shot, and draws the foul. She'll go to the line shooting 2 for the 6th foul of the half now for Auburndale. Be against Rose Hosnerl for her first of the night. And it's going back the other way off of an offensive foul on Raya Ceballos. I apologize, it's actually against Aubrey Phillips. Nagel tosses over to Anderson. Hosnerl staring down the defender before driving in, swinging it around, had a 3, deciding not to take it though. Nagel tossed him back over to Hosnerl. Nagel back up top now. And the two of them have been tossing it back and forth the last couple of minutes. It goes over the head of Anderson. Back the other way now as Petrick tossed it over to Dernbach for the 2. Petrick with the assist to Dernbach. And out of the 13 points in the half so far, Maya Dernbach has 8 of them. As she goes for the steal, not quite able to get it. Good hustle, but leaves things a little bit open there underneath the basket. No good, but the foul called. And so that one will be called against Almernick. Her first foul of the game.
Yep, bedtime.
17-13 here with just under 4 to go in the first half. Putting up the shot. That one blocked nicely. I believe that time it was Almernick with that one. Important note, 3 fouls here for Aubrey Phillips so far. Has this shot, mid-range jumper up, a little bit longer than mid-range, but no good. Heading back quickly here is Gracie Hosnerl. Spinning this one around, 3-point shot is up. Anderson drains it. Nothing but net for her as they go up 7. And we've seen a little bit of that space. It finally became tempting enough for her to put it up, and it was good. Petrick swings it around, reversing it all the way back to Maya Dernbach. Newby drives in. She draws the pressure and draws the fouls. The shot almost goes in, but not quite. And so that'll be another serve pro trip to the free throw line as this one is up and good. Coming in here is Breely Grimm. As Anderson got a break, and now Petrick will take a rest as well as Tia Dernbach comes in. Two straight free throws good. And so that's now 5 points on the night so far for Newbie, as Hasnerl comes back with it. Swings this one around. Anderson. Feedback into Katzenberger, and that one's stolen away right into the hands of Omernick. Driving in, can't quite get that one. Defended well by Grimm. Getting the ball back, though, for a second opportunity, and a good percentage shot, just a little too strong off the backboard. Finally, a foul's going to be called, as it is going to be Omernick going to the line. That was the third opportunity of the possession. On bouncing out, that is the first foul of the night for Maya Katzenberger. This is another serve pro trip to the free throw line. Second attempt coming. And this one does find its way in. And Omernick gets on the board here for Almond-Bancroft as Hasnerl gets that one knocked away nicely by Dernbach. Quickly back the other way. Foul now called as Newbie draws another one for another serve pro trip to the free throw line. And it looks like that's going to be the second foul of the night for Rose Hasnerl. And this one finds its way in as well. 20-18 now, as Almond-Bancroft has closed the gap a little bit here. That one up and good. A nice shot by Gracie Hasnerl. Good touch on that one, as going back up by 2 possessions. That one rolling just off the hands of Maya Dernbach. Gracie Hasnerl working against Newbie. That one gets poked away, but it was a deflection, so no over and back. They're able to get possession back as Rose Hasnerl tossed it over to Katzenberger. That one off the side of the rim, no good. Maya Dernbach, a little bit slower tempo here, trying to work things through. Drives through and gets her own rebound. It's going to be called on the floor, or excuse me, not on the floor, but no shot. And so 2 more free throws coming here as Maya Dernbach able to draw that one. And that is the third foul now of the night for Rose Hasnerl. As that one is good. Another serve pro trip to the free throw line as Dernbach 1 free throw away here from getting double-digit points here in the first half. That went off the front of the rim. Might not have been a good idea for me to jinx that there, but back the other way now here is Kylie Anderson. Working against pressure over to Gracie Hasnerl. Up to the top to Anderson. That shot off, no good. Battling for the rebound, eventually won. And that is Tia Dernbach. Maya Dernbach now up top. Spinning out of pressure, putting up a good shot on the elbow. That one rolling just off, though. Rebound by Anderson. Into the deep part of the court. Those are always tempting, but good decision not to go for that one. Instead, she'll put up a better three-pointer. That one doesn't go. Somehow gets it through a defender's legs for the rebound, and three-pointer is up again. This time, it's nothing but net. Gracie Hasnerl, 5 points now on the night, as this one's now stolen away by her. She's got an opportunity for 2 more. That one didn't go up in time before the half. But a good couple of points to end things off there as Auburndale found their lead dwindling all the way down to 2 and then 1, and then eventually able to get it back up to 6 by the end of the half. They lead 25-19 going into halftime. It's been a good one so far, and we will send things to some commercial breaks and thank some of our sponsors before we head back to the second half of action here from Almond-Bancroft on Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Ooh. Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. Wirtz & Company of Wisconsin Rapids is ready to construct your dreams. Wirtz & Company will give you peace of mind with that much-needed roof repair. Have a remodel dream for what used to be your favorite room in the house? Living area, kitchen, bath, bedroom. If you can dream it, Wirtz & Company will make it come true. Wirtz & Company will also build your next home. Wirtz & Company of Wisconsin Rapids, 715-213-1281, and Wirtz & Company on Facebook.
At R&R Flooring and Furniture, we sell products that look good and products that last.
You want a great selection at a great price and a company that stands behind their products? You will find Wolfcraft, Ashley, Marshfield Furniture, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded high-bred mattress for only 25 cents a night, and we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
Welcome back here to Almond-Bancroft here in Almond, Wisconsin, as it's another great night of basketball action. So excited to get this season started as we're rounding out our last few championship football games here tonight, and we're officially now fully into basketball season, hockey season starting up, and excited to have you with us along the ride. And so before we start talking a little bit more about how this game has gone, let's take a look here at some of the other ones going on throughout the state of Wisconsin. We got Columbus going up against Rib Lake, as Columbus is currently leading 28-15 for the Dons with just about 30 seconds remaining in that first half. And sending things over here to our next one, we got Fall Creek and Durand, Arkansas. Arkansas, yeah, that's right. Every once in a while, I've been here for about a year, moving from Minnesota, so every once in a while I see a name, I'm like, I'm not quite sure, but I think I got that one correct. But 11-7, really early in that one, as that was a little bit of a hike. Wittenberg, Bermanwood going up against Mosinee, as that one is pretty close to start things off, 14-12 with about 8 minutes left to go in the first, as some of these are starting a little bit late. As we see some of these ones, you see the situation where JV will sometimes go a little bit later than expected. That's why I like a lot of these schools going to 7:15 starts. As we see a lot of that is Eau Claire Memorial going up against Spash, and Spash with an early 31-24 lead with about 5.5 to go. That's a high scoring one if it's the case that that's in the first. Yeah, 5 minutes left in the first and 31-24. And then finally our last one, we've got the Greyhounds going up against Iowa Scandinavia. Loyal versus Iowa Scandinavia, I should say, and it's 17-19 with about 3.5 to go in the first. So those are all the games you can catch here on Zaleski Sports if ours ends a little bit earlier than others, or if you want to make your makeshift multi-view like you would with the NFL Sunday Ticket, you can certainly do that as well. But we thank you for tuning into this one. It's been a good one so far, as it's 25-19 in favor of the away Auburndale Eagles, and this was a matchup last year that ended up with a 5-point difference at the end where Auburndale was able to get the victory. That was a home game for them in Auburndale, and so definitely has been back and forth, and there was a point where Auburndale looked like they were starting to dominate things, but both of these two teams have done a great job of bringing momentum back on their side enough to keep things interesting on either side, and we're seeing a combination of turnovers on both sides of things where it feels like there was a point where Maya Dernbach was absolutely leading the charge in a lot of takeaways, and then on the other side, a combination of Auburndale players getting those turnovers, but it's always refreshing when you just see good defense, because there are a few travels, there's a few miscues out of bounds, but for the most part, a lot of these turnovers have just come from good heads-up defense, having a head on a swivel, taking a look at the options and seeing when you should take that risk of trying to poke it away and when you should still play steady defense. As we've seen a little bit more of Almond-Bancroft being able to get some more work underneath the basket and getting some higher percentage shots near the end of that first half, whereas a lot of Auburndale fast break points off those turnovers were how they were able to get the last couple points of the half, almost able to get one more fast break point off the steal. Didn't quite get the shot off and wouldn't have gone in either way, but still we'll see a lot of those points. As we've seen, the combination of Gracie and Rose Hosner will be a big factor for this Auburndale team. About 2 minutes left before we start this second half. I'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors with Carrie Van Eert State Farm. Let them be your go-to for all of your insurance needs. Carrie and her staff are always there to help you understand your options and come away with the right coverage for you. That's Carrie Van Eert with State Farm in Wisconsin Rapids. And shouldn't financial advice focus on you, your goals, and your dreams? Your Modern Woodsman of America representative can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. Call Scott Pederick at 715-424-1873 to start the conversation. And today's game is brought to you by Ski's Meat Market. Made a custom, Key Savings Bank, Colgan Water, and Express Employment. Also, Fleet Farm, Black Friday and Fleet Farm is almost here. Doors open early at 5 a.m. on Friday, November 28th, and the first 500 customers will get a free plush moose and have a chance to shop this year's best deals. Get an early peek at the Black Friday ad today at fleetfarm.com. And for all of your orthopedic needs, place your trust in Wisconsin River Orthopedics. You'll find advanced, comprehensive orthopedic care and specialized medical feedback on any injury. Learn more at WROinstitute.com. And about a minute left to go here before we start things once again for the second half in Almond-Bancroft. Again, both of these two teams had a very good record last year, 18-7 for Almond-Bancroft, 19-5 for Auburndale, and both teams making it to the second round before being knocked out by very worthy opponents in that second round. And also worth reminding that Auburndale is a D4 team, Almond-Bancroft is a D5 team. And so all of those things obviously factors. And so talking things over with his team is Josh Nagel, and of course on the Almond-Bancroft side, Chad Newby. And so Almond-Bancroft was able to cut their deficit to one possession multiple times before a couple more points from Auburndale to end off the half. Got them back up to a 6-point lead. Tossing this one to the other side of the court and trying to get this one out, able to get it to Gracie Hosnerl. The quick pass into Nagel gets stolen away by Aliyah Newby. Back the other way, and then stolen away by Anderson. She's under pressure, and then it'll go off her foot. And underneath the basket now, poked away out of bounds. Frantic first 30 seconds of play here in the second half, as it all factors out to an Almond-Bancroft ball from the baseline. Tossing it in, putting up the shot, no good, and it will go back Auburndale's way. Hosnerl will start back with it here for Auburndale. Working against Sternbach. Under a lot of pressure on that sideline. Into the corner now. Three-point shot is up from the corner, and it's a three-point shot and good. 6 points now on the game for Kylie Anderson, nailing that one from the corner. And it feels like she only takes that shot when she feels like it's a good shot, and she's nailed both of those threes she's put up. That one no good, but the putback is good. Almost one of those where you like to pretend that you threw that as a pass and not a shot. But that brings Maya Dernbach over double digits for scoring in the game. Under a lot of pressure here is Breely Grimm before eventually a whistle's called and a jump ball. Send things back with Almond-Bancroft off some good double-team defense. Tossed out to Dernbach, who will head things back down. First minute and a half sees a 7-point lead for Auburndale. That one will go just off the tips of the fingers of Newby before winding up in the hands of Nagel. Another turnover here for Auburndale. We'll see if they can capitalize on this one, as a whistle will be blown, and it looks like that'll be against Newby if I'm correct. And instead it is against number 12. Excuse me, that can't be right. Oh yes, it is. Excuse me, Almernick. I was looking at the wrong sheet. So it is the second foul for Almernick of the night. Trying to get this one in underneath. Under a lot of pressure, Auburndale's really struggled to get good shots underneath the basket. Wide open here. Once again, three-pointer is up. That one off the front of the rim, but a rebound by Hosnerl, and a foul will be called. No shot, but a foul still all the same, and it'll be an inbound coming here from Kylie Anderson. Up top here to Nagel. Swings this one around to Gracie Hosnerl. Back into the corner, puts up the long two, and it's good. Nagel with her first points of the game. And that puts Auburndale up by 9. There's Aliyah Newby looking to make something happen here. A pass in and forces the contact, but no foul called. It'll be out of bounds, but off of Auburndale, so still a throw and upcoming. Maya Dernbach out into the corner now. Three-point shot for Newby, no good. Rebounded though, puts it up and one. Great move to the basket by Oakley Almond. She'll go to the line, trying to get one more point out of this. And again, we talk about those second chance opportunities, those offensive rebounds. And it is indeed a three-point play. 4 points now on the game for Almond, but she has been a factor in multiple ways besides the score sheet. Has a foul be called there. Looks like it'll be against Dernbach, and it is. And with as involved as she's been throughout the entire game, it's her first foul of the night. That zone defense has been very good so far in this one. It's forced another turnover here as Petrick winds up with it. Now over to Newby, and she puts up the shot. No good, but it'll end up on the hand of Auburndale. And so it'll be a throw-in here from the baseline. Tossing this one up, foul called now. And it's going to be called here against Nagel for her second of the night. Called on the floor. So another baseline throw-in coming up here for Newby. Gets it out to Petrick. Now Newby in the corner. Tossing this one in. Good give to Dernbach. Can't quite get the roll. It's a good play though. 8 times out of 10 or more, that's going to go in, but unlucky bounce there for Almond-Bancroft. Is thinking about that three, instead driving in is Nagel. She puts up the longer range two, no good. Rebounded though by Katzenberger. Putting this one back around, faking the three again before going over to Hosnerl, and then the foul will be called. And so that's going to be the third foul of the night for Almond now. So something to monitor with 14 minutes left in the entire game. Not necessarily a reason to panic, but she will come out of the game for the time being, as well as Katzenberger on the other side for Auburndale. Throwing this one in, it's stolen away by Maya Dernbach. All too easy, it looked like that time as Newby puts up the three, bounces out. Rebounded by Breely Grimm. Quickly back now for Auburndale, puts up the two, no good. Too strong off the backboard after getting that pressure. The jump ball will be called. Stays Auburndale's ball. They're up 6. As the score hasn't changed in the last minute or so. Gracie Hosnerl trying to drive in, puts up the long two on the other side, no good. The rebound though by Nagel, and she puts it back up. Four now for hers. It's up to an 8-point lead again for Auburndale. Driving in, trying to get some penetration underneath the basket, and eventually a travel will be called against her. Another Auburndale turnover. Heading back here is Gracie Hosnerl. And that will be a whistle called for a foul for 2 shots. Able to draw it was Petrick. Excuse me, that is Marty Anderson for Auburndale, excuse me. And that one bounces off the rim. That one bouncing off again, so 2 shots, neither of them winding up with points as Maya Dernbach and the Almond-Bancroft Eagles trying to take advantage of that missed opportunity. Ceballos under pressure as she will get it on the finger roll to Dernbach, who works past pressure, and the foul will be called. Looks like they're going to call that against Rose Hosnerl. That's her 4th now of the night. So she is under a lot of trouble, or in a lot of trouble, I should say. And as an impact player on their team as going to the ground. Whistle blown, and this time it's going back Auburndale's way. And a substitution coming in before we resume play. It's going to be Aubrey Phillips coming in for Tia Dernbach. And it's going to be Katzenberger and Anderson coming back in for Auburndale. Nagel and Grimm are the ones taking a break. Gets it over to Rose Hosnerl, puts up the 2. That one goes against the side of the backboard. And so Dernbach heads back out. Almond-Bancroft has had some trouble offensively, but trying to take advantage of the fact that Auburndale has not really capitalized on it so far. Here's a fast break opportunity, though, as Anderson heads back with it. Good job by Almond-Bancroft to close on it, but in the corner here, Hosnerl will get it underneath the basket to Anderson. That one won't quite go. Rebound, though, by Katzenberger. The putback also doesn't fall. Dernbach, looks like there's some plexiglass on the rim for both of these two teams the last couple minutes, as this one's now stolen away by Hosnerl. Trying to pass this one in, puts up the shot. No good, but the foul called. So 2 free throws coming here for Marty Anderson. She's a sophomore for Auburndale. That one won't go. Auburndale struggled at the line the last few times they've taken the trip. And it looks like the foot was on the line on the free throw. Didn't go either way, and so 4 straight missed free throws now for Auburndale as it remains 32-24. As it has been 5 points for the entire second half so far here for Almond-Bancroft. They'll take a timeout, talk things over. Good decision there, as they've got some things to talk about, and we'll take a break here and come right back on Zaleski Sports.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Maya Katzenberger still leads Auburndale with 8 points on the game, but point share is always something you like to see. You know, you have teams that certainly are capable of playing at a level where anyone can pick anyone up at any time, and you don't really have to rely on any one player to be able to get the job done. Everyone contributing, and for Auburndale, got 6 players with 4 points or more and 5 players with more than 5. throughout the course of the night so far. Again, Rose Hosnerl has 4 fouls on the night. Really the only player with real foul trouble is Almernick and Phillips both have 3, but with this point in the game, with 11:30 left to go, you're not going to sit a player for that reason. Maya Dernbach with a nice move in and kind of just snuck past defenders that time for her 13th point of the night. Getting this one into Katzenberger. That one poked away by Petrick. It'll stay Auburndale ball, but it's been good defense the last couple minutes. And we'll see now that Almond-Bancroft was able to get something on their end of the floor. That's going to wake up both teams, as it sometimes does. Tossed over here to Anderson. Anderson over to Nagel. Nagel defended by Petrick and a whistle blown. And it looks like they are going to get, they're going to get Marty Anderson on some sort of illegal screen, looks like, as she'll come out of the game, replaced by Breely Grimm. So Bancroft with a chance here to try and double up for the first time in a while. Been kind of offensively stagnant throughout the course of the first half, but they've been given a lot of opportunities to make up for it here, as this one will be called an offensive foul. And it looks like it's going to be against Maya Dernbach. And as that is the 8th foul of the half, it's already going to go to 1-1. Also worth noting, that is the 3rd foul of the night for Maya Dernbach. As that 1-1 missed, rebound by Aliyah Newby. Tossing this one into the corner to Ceballos. Under pressure there now, double teamed. Newby under a lot of pressure, somehow getting out Ceballos. Nice move there. Petrick now in the corner. Nice feed in, and good touch on that one by Ceballos. Always difficult to go strong to the basket, but still not go too hard off that glass when you're under that much pressure, and that's exactly what she did to make it a 4-point game now. 3-pointer from the corner, just off that side of the rim. And so 4 straight points. Throwing this one up, not quite good. Second chance shot is good, though, from Maya Dernbach. 15 of these 30 points. Half of these points scored for the mathematicians out there, as we got 9:30 left to go in the game. And we're right back to a 1-possession game. Getting this one out now into the corner to Anderson. And then finds its way to Dernbach on another turnover. All the momentum in Almond-Bancroft's bank here. 3-pointer up, just rattling out. Second chance shot, though, no good. A third chance now underneath the basket. Double teamed under a lot of pressure. And then a whistle blown. Too much time in the paint. Point blank shot opportunity there as Almernick got the rebound but couldn't quite get it to go. And it stays a 2-point game. Auburndale breathes a sigh of relief for now, but they've scored 2 points in, I believe, about 4 or 5 minutes here. 3-pointer is now up from the corner, well too far, and then going back up for the second chance shot. Drawing the foul is Katzenberger, making her presence felt. That's going to be called against Ceballos. And on the scoreboard here, got her for 4 fouls, and I might just be completely wrong on my score sheet if that's the case, because I don't have any fouls for her right now. But if that's the case, then that's a tough situation to have Aubrey Phillips and Ceballos both in foul trouble. 3 for Phillips and 4 for Ceballos. As Newby will head back now with it. Free throws missed again and off for another turnover. Both of these teams with some missed opportunities both ways now the last few minutes. 8:40 to go, getting into crunch time and anyone's game. Gracie Hosnerl. They'll have a little bit of an outlet here if if Nagel wants to take it, but then it gets closed in on here. This zone has been difficult for Auburndale to get past. Driving in, puts up the shot, and it's good. That's Katzenberger ranging back, a tough one there. And puts it back to a 2-possession game, getting it back out to Newby. And then a foul will be called. Baseline throwing upcoming here for Newby. She will find Dernbach. That's Tia Dernbach, excuse me. Getting it out to the top of the paint. Underneath the basket, a strong move. Good for 2 for Aubrey Phillips. Great touch on that one. As Gracie Hosnerl works through some pressure. 3-pointer is up, and that one bouncing off the back of the rim, no good. Another rebound here for Katzenberger, and then a whistle blown as a jump ball is called. We'll go back the Eagles' way. We're starting to see Maya Katzenberger try to impose her will underneath that basket, and one of the big factors for who's going to win this game will probably depend on how well she's defended throughout the rest of this one. Maya Dernbach stares down Nagel. Now Newby getting it back in, and 2 more as Aubrey Phillips puts another one in. 4 straight for her, and she has tied this one up for Almond-Bancroft. Driving in, now into the corner for 3. Under a lot of pressure there. That one didn't get close, and you have to imagine there had to have been some kind of contact to warrant that, but it must have just been tipped. Petrick, excuse me. Now driving in is Tia Dernbach. Second chance shot, and now another putback, no good. A battle for it as multiple players go down. And it looks like there's going to be a push called here on Maya Dernbach, her 4th now of the night. Very much something to monitor, as she has been responsible for almost half the points for Almond-Bancroft tonight. Still 6.5 to go. So we now have multiple Almond-Bancroft players in foul trouble. 10 total on the half, as it's now going to 1-and-1s. This one will find its way in. Auburndale trying to reverse some of those free throw shooting woes they've had the last couple possessions, as multiple substitutions come in. One of those being Almernich coming in place of Maya Dernbach. She'll get a little bit of a rest coming off of that foul trouble, as Katzenberger also will get a rest. We'll see how the lack of her presence for a bit affects the game. Rose Hosnerl will come back in. Nagel getting a break. And so Roz Hosnerl, another one of those players that's in trouble with 4 fouls. Petrick under a lot of pressure, able to get it off to a teammate. And just a little bit of a mess there in the corner that they're trying to work out of. And it will wind up with a foul against Auburndale. They're calling this one against Marty Anderson. That is her 4th. Getting this one out to Newby. Nice spin to get back in here. Throwing over to Tia Dernbach. Back out to Newby. Newby surveys going up against Hasnerl. A lot of pressure here, getting it back to Newby. Back into the deep corner. Good defense here by Auburndale. Trying to drive in, but unable to do it. Tia Dernbach getting it all the way out. Trying to threaten some low percentage shots here. Under even more pressure, tossing it up to Newby. Newby drives in, and eventually a foul will be called. Much to the chagrin of Josh Nagel over there, court side. And that is now the 7th foul of the half, and it's bonus. 1-and-1 coming here for Lion Newby. And so now the age-old battle of who can shoot the most free throws. 5:44 left to go. Newby rattles out there. Auburndale this time is the one to benefit from missed free throws, as Anderson spins it around now to Hasnerl. She puts up the shot off the backboard. That one won't go, but good rebound there by Anderson. Driving in is Kylie Anderson. Three-pointer is up off the back of the rim, and this time rebounded by Almernick for Almond-Bancroft, and the timeout is going to be called by Almond-Bancroft. They'll talk things over here. We got a close one, 36-34 on Zaleski Sports.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
And we welcome you back here to Almond-Bancroft High School, as we've got a good one brewing, 36-34 in favor of the away Auburndale Eagles. Eagles versus Eagles here tonight. Maya Dernbach has scored 15 points on the game out of the 34 total. She has been a force offensively, getting it into Phillips and now tossed out to Newby. Newby in the corner under a lot of pressure. Petrick able to break her out of it, and the pass falls off the hands as Phillips had an opportunity. She has been a factor underneath the basket the last few possessions. It was a big factor in keeping it, or getting it tied up, I should say, 34-30, and she scored 2 straight underneath the basket to tie it up at 34. Into corner underneath the baseline now, and can't quite get the jump on this one, and a foul will be called. 2 shots coming now as it's double bonus. Katzenberger has been a big factor underneath the basket on the opposing side, as that one will roll in. Sub coming in here is Maya Dernbach will come back in. She has 4 fouls on the night, something to monitor as Tia Dernbach will come out. Second shot up and good. 2 straight for Katzenberger. 12 points on the night for Katzenberger. This one's stolen away. Can't quite keep it in bounds, but then it rolls into the hands of Auburndale underneath the basket. Katzenberger puts it up. 2 more shots coming for her. That one's going to be the second for Newby. First one up and good. Katzenberger trying to take over the game herself, as all of a sudden it's a 3-possession game again. Not quite. But we certainly have seen the 3-point play not really much of a factor in the second half. And so all but officially a 3-possession game, unless these two teams can start to ignite things a little bit more from beyond the arc. That just doesn't seem the way the game has been going, as a foul's called now. Looks like it might be that time against Grimm. So that'll be the third for her. Eight fouls total now, as it'll be 1-1 here for Almond-Bancroft. Another trip to the Serve Pro free throw line. As that one will bounce out. So now it's Almond-Bancroft that's struggling on the free throw line. Auburndale was earlier on in the match. Nagel getting this one out. Driving in is Hasnerl. Into the corner. Now getting it in to Grimm. That one bounces off a player. Finds Katzenberger. No good. And it's rebounded by Almernick. Newby taking it down. Working against Hausnorf. Underneath the basket here, Phillips can't get it to go as it rolls off into the hands of Nagel. Zone's been effective here for Almond-Bancroft, putting up the three, and it's drained. Big one there for Chesney Nagel to make it a 9-point game. Not a dagger, but certainly puts more urgency into this Almond-Bancroft team. All of a sudden, down by 9, 3:15 to go. Another missed shot back in the hands of Auburndale now, spinning it around, thinking about that three, but thinks better of it with the current situation. Now here's a three, and that one's drained. Rose Hasenorl. And just like I was talking about, the three ball not really a factor in the second half. Now here comes a three ball. That one bouncing off the back of the rim. Rebound though, puts up that shot. Third option, and that one will draw the foul as Phillips gets that second rebound and now forcing shots. But all of a sudden, it's a 12-point game. Another trip to the Serve Pro free throw line. As that one will rattle in. Tipping this one into the hands of Auburndale. 1 point comes of that trip. Nagel certainly poked away here into Petrick's hands as this one's laid up for two more. Crucial points off of the turnover. 2:23 to go. 9-point game. Just as I said that Auburndale doesn't want to have any sense of urgency. They want to take their time, and it gets poked away just as I say that. So it's like one more timeout here and be right back on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. Auburndale in the driver's seat here, up 9, 2:23 to go. Trying to play spoiler for the first home matchup of the season for Almond-Bancroft. Back the other way for an easy layup, but doesn't go. Rebounded there by Maya Dernbach. She will head back the other way. Crossover. Spinning in, puts up the shot. That doesn't go. Wants a foul, but doesn't get it. Puts this one up. Driving in, puts up the shot. That one's going to result in a foul and trips to the free throw line. First foul of the night for Emily Petrick, excuse me. As that one bounces off. Second shot finds its way in. 10-point game, 2 to go. Newby driving in, trying to rip that one away was Nagel. And it looks like she is going to pick up, or excuse me, it's not going to be Nagel, it's going to be Gracie Hosnerl. That's her third of the night. And so now both teams in double bonus. First shot is up. It's a serve pro, trip to the free throw line. Second shot finds its way in as well. Whistle blown for a substitution as Anderson will come back in. Nagel will take a trip to the bench. Tossing this one out to Katzenberger. Nice feed in for her into the corner now, and they're just trying to play keep away at this point. And a foul will be called as they'll head back to the free throw line, and now here's the double bonus killer because 2 shots no matter what. Third of the night for Newby. Up and good. That one will bounce out, rebounded by Ceballos. Dernbach heads back the other way. He drives in into the corner. Petrick all the way to the other side of the court as Newby will send it out and mishandled that one a little bit, it looks like, and the foul called. Wirtz & Company of Wisconsin Rapids is ready to construct your dreams. You can dream it. Wirtz & Company will make it come true. Wirtz & Company of Wisconsin Rapids, 715-213-1281, and Wirtz & Company on Facebook. Shot is up and good from their serve pro trip to the free throw line. Couple subs coming in for both teams. Second shot just rattling out and going to the ground as a foul will be called. And it will be against Almond-Bancroft. Metalco in Wisconsin Rapids is one of North America's largest aluminum belay and slab producers. Come get to know Metalco and how their mission, visions, and values set them apart. Find your future job at Metalco and apply online at metalco.com. That one will bounce out. For 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union has been part of your hometown team. They are local, trusted, and strong. Valley Communities Credit Union, where communities come first, federally insured by NCUA. That one will bounce just out. Almond-Bancroft heading back the other way. Coming up on 1 minute left to play. Getting this one out. No travel called there. Newby. And the shot put up and good. That one good from Omernick. 6 points on the night for her now. Under pressure, and the foul will be called. Back to the line for Auburndale. Infinity Exteriors is installing peace of mind with roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. That'll be the 4th foul of the night for Newby. 2 shots upcoming. So that one will bounce out. Slowly but surely, Almond-Bancroft trying to work their way back into this match. This one will bounce out again. Almond-Bancroft still only down 6 now with 40 seconds to go. 3-pointers up. That will bounce out. And the rebound by Auburndale. That would have really changed the game, but instead, Kylie Anderson with the rebound. Foul is called. Ritchie Funeral Home has been serving family after family in Nakusa and Wisconsin Rapids since 1957. Find the very best in personal service at Ritchie Funeral Home or find them online at ritchiefuneralhome.com. The shot is up and good. Econ Electric is your local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical service provider. Since 1970, people have turned to Econ Electric. That's Econ Electric in Wisconsin Rapids. That one will bounce out. Rebound here by Almond-Bancroft. Quickly back. Trying to make something happen. Foul will be called. Another trip to the line. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. That one will bounce just out. Nakusa Port Edward State Bank proudly supports our local athletes and their families. From business to personal banking and everywhere in between, let Nakusa Port Edward State Bank work for you. That one will find its way in. Back to a 6-point game. Throwing this one all the way out, and it's going to be stolen away. Getting this one back, putting up the 3, and that one will bank out. And the jump ball will be called, and it'll be Auburndale's ball. ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, and get more information at ShedsDelivered.com. And the foul is going to be called here as Auburndale will go to the line. Mutual of Wausau Insurance is protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1975. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Also brought to you by Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. This one is good. Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling places your comfort at home as their highest priority. Not too hot, not too cool. That's the plan with Rapid Sheet Metal in Wisconsin Rapids. Give them a call or find them online at rapidsheetmetal.com. That quickly here for Almond-Bancroft. Time running out for him. Going to the line. Auburndale ball. Get the best tire prices period during the Factory Direct Tire Sale at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back by online or mail-in rebate on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. On now at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. As there'll be a changing of the guard here for Almond-Bancroft. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture. Sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. And finally, Williams Plumbing and Heating is locally owned and operated right here in Wisconsin Rapids. For all of your plumbing and heating needs, why look anywhere else? Call Williams Plumbing and Heating or find them online at williamsplumbingwr.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I just went through 15 reads in about 3 minutes, but that does it for tonight's matchup as Auburndale takes the victory 51-43. Improves to 1-0 on the season. Almond-Bancroft 1-1. Key Savings Bank proudly brings you today's post-game show. You'll feel right at home from the moment you walk through the door at Key Savings Bank. Enjoy all the perks of working from your local community bank and experience it for yourself by stopping in or online at keysavingsbank.com. We'll be right back with the interviews.
We have something that we're trying to create at Key Savings Bank called Outward Energy. We don't just want to have the doors open, our members walk through. We want to be where they are. We go to meet them, we participate in their events. We think that's vitally important for us to show that Key Savings Bank is a part of the communities that we're in.
We received a very positive reaction from our community. On average, we had 250 to 300 kids alone that entered our building for the Halloween party. That didn't include the adults, grandparents, parents that brought the children. It's wonderful to be out in our community grocery shopping with my Key Savings Bank apparel, and families walk up to me and say, "Hey, I attended your Halloween party."
So about a month ago, I was approached by Sheriff Becker of Wood County Sheriff's Department, and he asked me if we'd want to participate in the Back the Badge bench press meet. So Key Savings Bank sponsored, had a $500 sponsorship to that, and I myself participated in that. And it was a really great experience. There was about 40 different people that participated throughout Wood County and actually the state. So with the Sheriff's Department, obviously.
Well, we are back here from Almond-Bancroft High School in central Wisconsin. It was a victory here for the Auburndale Eagles, and I'm here, of course, with Josh Nagel and Maya Kassenberger. I'll start here with you, Coach. This is a team that I see across the board. One of the biggest strengths of this team is you don't see one player on the stat sheet. This is a team that spreads the ball out so well. What does that do when you know you can always count on any player that comes onto the court?
Well, that's the big thing that we've had going the last couple of years is we've got great balance, and someone gets hot, we'll ride that person's coattails until we can't. And just this experience these girls are bringing back. Some of them have about 40 or more varsity games under their belts, and they know what it takes to get it done. I don't have to do too much. They come ready, and they know what's got to be done on any given night.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. I'll hand things over here to Maya. Congratulations on the victory here tonight. And we saw kind of in the probably 5 minutes into the second half, I feel like there was a little bit of a shift. And both teams were struggling to score, and it felt like you really took the game into your hands underneath the basket. When did you see that shift, and what did you do to get those points on the board when it felt like they weren't falling before?
Well, I always look for my teammates, and whoever's open, I always get the ball out. And I noticed I was getting guarded a little heavier the second half, and just finding the open girl, going up strong, taking the foul.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have you do one more thing for me. I'll step to the side, give you a 3-2-1. You'll say, "I'm Maya Katzenberger, and I'm in the house."
Okay.
Right?
Thank you. I'm Maya Katzenberger, and I'm in the house.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.